Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Karma's Closet. I'm Alicia and we're back for another Insecure review. Season 4, episode 7, Lowkey Trippin. So this episode basically is showing us what Molly is up to. The last episode we got to see what Issa was doing, being on her own, and now we get to see what Molly is doing. And like I said, I feel like Molly has a little bit of advantage because she's dating someone. She has a boyfriend now. I think it's safe to say that Andrew is her man now, and they're going on vacation. So it's like, is she going to like really feel like how Issa felt? Because Issa's more like alone for the most part compared to having a companion like Molly has. But anyway, I hope you guys are enjoying Memorial Weekend and trying to stay safe during this whole COVID-19 situation. I know a lot of states are opening back up. So off the bat, we see that Issa was coming to that, little spot to get some food. And I didn't really think that Molly saw her, but apparently Molly saw Issa before Issa even saw Molly, because Molly saw Issa getting out of the car and she kind of turned. So we see that Molly isn't really that receptive of seeing Issa either. You know what I mean? So Issa walks up to the door. She stops. Molly peeps. Issa bounces. So yeah, it's safe to say that neither one of them want to work things out at this point. So anyway, Andrew and Molly is getting ready to go on vacation to Mexico. And Issa has a meeting that she has to do at work before she goes on this trip. And she kind of scolds the assistant on not letting her know about the meeting or whatnot. So Molly is late to the airport and poor Andrew is trying to hold her spot so she can hurry up and get on the flight. And she makes it. And lo and behold, we see Kim Fields. And I'm like, finally, like, child, when she was on Housewives of Atlanta, I was just like, like, no, this is not her fate. You know what I mean? Like, some of those, like, 90s actresses, like, I don't want to see them on reality TV. Like, I want to continue to see them in film, and on TV shows and sitcoms and whatnot. And she's definitely a sitcom girl, So it was cute to see her on the flight with Molly, getting on their goddamn nerves. Like, just tell her all her business. Like, poor thing. So anyway, Molly is kind of letting Drew know that it feels weird for me to say Drew, but because we had the Drew that Molly was dating seasons ago, the tall dude. But his name is Andrew, so it's like I want to say Drew for short, so I'm gonna just say Drew for short. So so they're going on the vacation with Drew's brother and his wife. I'm thinking, and Molly is tired, and she's kind of like, oh, can we just like relax when we get there, But then she thinks about it, and Drew was like, my brother got this planned, and so Molly's like, okay. She steps back and she's like, you got it. I don't want to be the one to like mess up all his plans that he worked hard to create for this whole trip. So she falls back and she's like, all right, I'm gonna just fall in line or whatever. So yeah, they are on their way to Mexico, and I'm interested to see like how this whole situation plays out. But yeah, let's just keep going. I wanted to give a quick shout out to my girl Tasha in out of Chicopee, Massachusetts. I asked her to create a shirt for me, which is this Insecure shirt, which I thought would be cute, cute addition to add to this review, and just to have, I do have like a really cute Martin hat. So that's what made me think like, damn, I got the Martin hat. Let me get a little Insecure shirt. So yeah, she made the shirt for me really quick. So yeah, it's Tasha by Slave for Labels. And if you're interested in getting a shirt, you can hit me up on Instagram and send me a message, and I will put you in contact with her. So yeah, I thought this was a cute shirt. I know you can't like always see it while I'm like, doing the review, but I was like, let me just back up a little bit and show my shirt. So anyway, Drew and Molly meet up with the brother and his wife, and you know, it's a cute little meet and greet. And off the bat, I was like, okay, Drew is definitely, you know, got a nice little swag about him, little je ne sais quoi, compared to his brother, you know, and his wife. And she was cool too. She gave Molly, you know, some really strong compliments. And I kind of felt like it was a little bit of an overkill. Like sometimes when you're meeting new people, you know, people are really trying to let you know that they, you know, are interested in getting to know you more and hanging out with you. So they just go in for the overkill. Like, girl, look at those shoes. Like, just a little bit too much. But anyway, it was cute nonetheless. And I guess the brother had plans to like have a massage and for them to like smoke cigars and then go out to dinner. And then Drew like says, nah, let's just go out to dinner. You know, they had a long flight or whatnot. And I think he kind of did that for Molly. So Molly fell back and she was able to still get what she wanted out of the situation, which was kind of just chill for the first night, which is understandable. So they got their rest and then they get ready to go on this hike up this mountain. And we see Kim Fields again. And she just pops up on them again. I'm like, damn, well, how did you end up like in the same exact spot that we're in right now? Like, anyway, I don't know. They go up the mountain or whatever. They're late. His brother and his wife obviously does this pretty often because they made it up that goddamn mountain pretty fast. And then Molly and Drew finally gets there, and Molly's like, well, how are we gonna get down? And they go ziplining, okay, back down the mountain. And that's something you just cannot wing on me, okay? You need to let me know in advance. I need to prepare for it. I need to be ready because I'm scary. I'm not ziplining. So the fact that she was able to just, jump right in there and, do the ziplining was cool to see. And then, they go for dancing, and then later on they get back to the hotel, and Nathan is calling, trying to get in contact with Drew. And I guess he was trying to get out the garage and he need like the key or remote or thingy. So he tells him where it is, and we hear Issa in the background, and Molly's like, so here we go, okay? Yeah. Molly is basically like, she's hanging out with Nathan. Like, she, he already showed her who he really is. And she's like, but, she like messy shit. So basically that's Issa being Issa. And I was like, okay, here we go. And I think every time she gets into that whole bag about Issa and her, and Drew's there and he's listening, he's like, like, guys don't really want to hear that shit. But yeah, so he's like, well, Nathan was going through some mental health, issues. And so Molly seemed to finally, like, it seems like when Drew tells Molly something, she's like, oh, okay. Like at the block party when he was like, it looks like she worked really hard for this. And Molly's like, yeah, it does look like she worked hard. Like, come on, girl. Snap out of it. Like, so, he lets her know that he's dealing with some mental issues, and now like she's willing to be receptive about it. And then she's like, well, did he, does Issa know this or whatever? And I'm not sure if Issa knows about it. I don't remember. Honestly, if you remember what had happened with that when he ghosted her and came back, and what he specifically said. I think he did make mention of the mental health, but I don't remember knowing specifically what it was about the mental health. Like, I don't know if he was depressed. I don't know, like, I'm not going to diagnose the man, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if he's bipolar, which I don't really think so, but I'm thinking maybe it's just some depression, maybe some anxiety, but I'm not really sure. Molly, gets dressed up and puts some sexy lingerie on for her man child. And they have a good old time. It seemed like they were like kind of like into some dominatrix, but I'm not really sure. But yeah, it was a cute little look for them. And then we like go to the pool maybe it was the next day or whatever. We're at the pool and Molly jumps out to go get a towel. And the woman's like, yeah, you need a key card basically to get a towel. And Molly's like, girl, I just got out the, out the pool. Like, I'm dripping wet. Like, girl, just give me a towel. Stop playing. And, the girl's like, no, like, you need a key card. And Molly's like, but you just gave the white couple ahead of me a towel. They didn't have a key card. And of course she brushes that shit off. And so they get back and forth. They go back and forth, and then old girl talk about she gonna call the damn manager. Okay. And then Drew's brother walks up and gives his key card, and Molly snatches the damn towel from her. So they get back into the pool, and Molly's kind of talking about what just happened. And the brother was kind of like, well, maybe she was just doing her job, because Molly was like, basically that's some like racist shit that she pulled, basically. And the brother's like, but like, you're kind of assuming, like, how do you know she's just like not doing her job? Like, how do you know that it is a race thing? Like, how do you know? And it's like, nigga, I know. And he's like, you think I don't go through, issues like that? Like, I've experienced racism and I didn't handle it like that. Like, it's all about how you handle it. Like, I don't let it get upset me, like that type of banter, right? So I was sitting there like, I knew this shit was gonna happen. I didn't know in what context, but I felt the shit was coming. And so Molly basically is like, well, y'all only talk that shit when, it's beneficial to you. Like, you guys don't really consider y'all a person of color until it benefits y'all. And Drew was like, wait, well, hold up. Like, I don't think like that. And Molly's like, no, but you're different. And the brother heard it, have some more words exchanged, and then Molly's like, fuck you, and she leaves. And that conversation revealed a lot. And it made me think about when, other like interracial relationships, right, where we see either mate like start to show some questionable behavior where they seem like low-key racist, but they're in an interracial relationship, right? And it usually they'll end up saying some shit like, but you're different. You know what I mean? Like, there are, I don't want to just say white women and black men, because like there's all different types of interracial relationship, but just for that one, right? The white woman per se she would say like, I fuck with black people, right? But I don't fuck with all of them. Like, I fuck with you. Like, you're my man. Like, I just fuck with you. You're different. But no, bitch, I'm not different. Like, we all the same around. Like, in that sense, I don't know really how to articulate it like that. But, basically that shit is like, okay, you're different. And usually you hear that, like I said, from the other party who's not usually the white person or something. But to hear Molly say it to him, like, no, but you're different. And it's like, well, wait a minute. Is he really? Sis, are you sure? So yeah, I think that, when you're in an interracial relationship, like that is something where you got to be prepared for like uncomfortable conversations like that. Because just because the person you're dating is cool with dating you, it doesn't mean that their family are. It doesn't mean like the mom, dad fuck with you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so, though, I don't know, like you got to find a way to navigate, through those issues, especially like, there's a lot of relationships within interracial couples where the family member of either party don't like that race. So if you guys want to be together, you got to figure out a way to push past that. And that's something that they probably definitely can do. It seems like Drew is pretty flexible in that, he's open and he doesn't seem closed-minded. So I could definitely see them pushing through. But yeah, it just makes me think about like when you're with somebody of your own race, you don't really have to have those conversations. You know what I mean? Like, but to have those conversations is like, you gotta be prepared, man. And if what happens if they say something you don't like what happened with Molly and the brother, You know, what happens if you don't like what he just fucking said? Like, do you, like, she walked away, but could that fuck up like the whole relationship to the point where you guys don't like hang out with that side of the family? You know, like, it could just get real ugly. So I'm interested to see how their relationship moves forward. But something tells me that they'll be fine. So yeah. And one more thing on that subject, you know, another thing where it's like, Drew's brother was like, well, how do you know if it was, you know, if they were being racist? And it's like, we've dealt with that shit so many times. And sometimes, I feel like more often than not, in my experience, it's subtle. Like a situation like that, where it's not blatantly in your face, or they're not blatantly saying, fuck you, I don't fuck with you because you're black, or whatever the case may be, or whatever race. You know what I mean? Like, but it's subtle. So, like, I feel like those subtle moments like that, especially when you see a person right in front of you who just had the, you know, just came up and asked for a towel, and you gave it to them with no fucking problem. But when you, without the key card, but when you go up and you just watch the whole transaction and you go up and they're asking you for the key card, it's subtle, you know what I mean? And they're not blatantly saying it in your face, especially when these people are working for some type of corporation like the hotel or whatever. So it's like, I know, you know what I mean? Like, we be knowing. You can feel it. You can feel it in your fucking spirit. You can feel it in your soul. You can feel it in your heart. You know when someone's trying you in that way. You know what I mean? So I really don't like it when people try to throw that. But what if? Like, you don't know. Like, stop playing with me. Stop fucking playing with me. I know. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's where Molly was coming from. Like, please. So, you know, Molly goes back to the hotel, I guess. And then, you know, we see later on in the night that they're sleeping in the bed and not really, you know, hugged up or booed up together. They're kind of separated. So I wasn't sure what was going to happen. But the next morning, he brings her like a Slurpee. And, you know, he's talking about going to the spa. And she's like, well, did I mess things up, you know, yesterday? And he's like, you know, I talked to my brother. Like, he understands. He apologized, whatever, whatever. So, boom, shit squashed. You know, so we see Molly, like, walking on the beach by herself. And when I saw that, I was like, is she thinking about calling Issa? Like, it feels like when something like that happens, like when you have some type of back and forth or something, like usually you call your friends to be like, girl, guess what? This bitch tried me at the pool. You know what I mean? And then I got into an argument with my man's brother, like, you know, like that. And it's like, who do you call? Molly doesn't have Issa to call. So she called her therapist. And I was like, damn. What the hell happened with that? Because last season she was having therapy and I thought it was going well. But we didn't get anything when it came to therapy this season. So yeah, she calls up her therapist and she says to her that, you know, she wants to get together and talk basically because she feels like she's having a hard time letting go of things. So I wonder what she means by letting go. Is it letting go of the relationship with Issa? You know, like, I don't know. What do you guys think she means by that? And then, you know, they get back to LA and they're at the airport and Kim Phil's ass is there kissing up on some man. Was that her husband that she was talking about? Who knows? So anyway, Lawrence is coming through the airport and Molly spots him. And she's like, hey, Lawrence. And he's like, oh, hey. And I was like, oh, wait a minute. That's a little awkward because Drew, I don't know if Drew met Lawrence before. I don't think so because they got introduced this time, but does he know that that's his boy's girl's ex? Like, you know what I mean? Like, so yeah, that was interesting. And yeah, a little awkward conversation they have and they say, what's up? And Lawrence's like, all right, well, good seeing ya. And he leaves and we see that he calls somebody up and was like, hey, you know, wanted to check in with you and, you know, meet up for some drinks. And I was like, who he called? Because him and Condola is supposed to be on the outs. So who the hell was that he called, right? So I'm like, the show, you know, it goes off and then we see in the previews that him and Issa went out for drinks. So I'm like, I know you fucking lying. I know. Listen, I was so hyped. I was like, I know you fucking lying. Because when they were at the bar or whatever and they was talking, and she was like, isn't there something that you wanted to talk to me about? And he was like, and I was like, stop fucking playing with me. I was looking at the screen. I was like, stop playing with me. I know you fucking lying, okay? I know you fucking lying. Y'all better not be about to be getting back together. Is Lawrence going to tell Issa that he misses her? Is Lawrence going to tell Issa that he want to get back? What is happening? Like, guys, maybe I'm jumping out the window with this one, but I'm like, yo, if these two start messing with each other and this fucking season goes off and we gotta wait for another goddamn year and a half before the next episode of Insecure, I'm gonna be so mad. I'm gonna be so mad. Happy but mad. Happy but mad. But anyway, let me know what you guys think. Leave me a comment. And yeah, thanks to my girl for making this shirt for me. And I'll see y'all next week.